Hi, and welcome to Kvaroy Kids. Every week for this entire month, we've been working on how to bring acts into Kvaroy Kids' lives, and I couldn't be more excited right now to be right here with Kvaroy Kid Kylie, who is Junior Chef Kylie, and most importantly, my granddaughter Kylie. So we've been so looking forward to this. We decided that this was the one, the culinary part of the ACTS, because ACTS stands for art, culinary, technology, and science. So the culinary is all about learning how to have fun with food and how to have fun with a delicious food, which is none other than Kvaroy Arctic salmon. So Kylie, I ask everyone that's with me, you're a kid, right?
Yes.
Now, do most kids like salmon?
Yeah.
Do they? And most importantly, do you like salmon?
Yeah, I love salmon.
Okay, that's what I need to hear. And I happen to know because I was with you when you tasted Kvaroy Arctic for the first time, and your word was?
This is awesome.
This is awesome. That's exactly right. But then when you combine it, because I could also ask you, okay, salmon is right up there. Kvaroy Arctic salmon, right up there with one of your favorite foods. But what would be your second favorite food?
Tacos.
Tacos. So what better to do than salmon tacos? It's combining the best of the best when Chef Kylie is in the house, and that's exactly what we're going to do. You can find this recipe on the KvaroyArctic.com website, KvaroyArctic.com/Kvaroy Kids, or just Google Kvaroy Kids. You'll find this. It's on the Facebook feed. You'll have an opportunity to make your own version of these incredible salmon tacos. So we ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay, so there are so many ways you could do salmon tacos, but if you could think of these as almost being a salmon fish stick, right?
Yeah.
Which, you know, a lot of kids have eaten fish sticks. They've certainly eaten their share of chicken nuggets. But to think about making fish sticks with Kvaroy Arctic, it just takes it over the moon because you get this incredible crispiness and all of that flavor and the moisture. Now, the recipe actually calls for frying the fish sticks, breading them using a little plastic bag and putting some fish breading in, shaking it up, and putting them into oil where you are frying them, then draining them. But Kylie knows, Nana, always is looking for a workaround. If there's another way to do something other than fried, but still put all that deliciousness in, that's the way we're gonna go. So we're gonna kind of take a little detour just a bit and do a crunchy salmon fish stick. And we're gonna do it the same way as if we were doing a chicken kind of crispy deliciousness. And that's what we're gonna get started on now. You ready?
Yes.
Okay, so we already have worked on this recipe, and we've already have taken our salmon and we've cut it into just small, I don't know, what would you call these? Almost like kind of thumbs, right?
Yeah.
Little logs of fish, and you want them this size because you're gonna be wanting to load them into your salmon taco. So first, to get that done, we're gonna have that cut, set aside, and then we want to work on our crumb mixture. Now, we already talked about that if you were frying it, you'd put a fish breading in, but what we did was we took cornflakes, just cornflakes, classic delicious cornflakes, put them into a Ziploc bag, and then Kylie, with her trusty pie roller, rolled these to be able to make them into crumbs. And those crumbs are what we're gonna use as our breading. And you can see she worked well. Now, if it was chicken, you could certainly toss in those chicken tenderloins into the bag and shake them up, right? But we wanted to be a little more careful because we're doing salmon and we want to take care of it. We want to really love on it. So instead of shaking it up, we're going to put it into our baking dish. Now, I think we want to season these cornflakes, even though they're delicious. So think about the ways you could season them. We could use, I don't know, an Italian seasoning and make it kind of Italian. But these are tacos. So what should we use?
Texi taco.
Texi taco. a taco seasoning. So again, it's has all of that deliciousness, cumin, all kinds of things, and again, your favorite. So let's just see, let's put about a teaspoon or so into it. I'll sprinkle that in. Now, do you think that, because I know your brothers and cousin are going to be eating this, do you think they want any heat, or should we just keep it right to the Texi taco?
Probably keep it right to the Texas.
Okay, because we could otherwise add a little Creole, but I think you're right. I think we should stick with that, and maybe we should go ahead and add a little bit more because there's not much heat to taco seasoning, just a whole lot of flavor. So you've got all that mixed. Now also in our dish we have buttermilk. And buttermilk is just going to give this great little glue that the crumbs are going to stick on. So in this, all that we're going to add is the juice of a half a lime. And I happen to know you're a pretty good lime squeezer. So you want to take a hit at it?
Yes.
Yeah, so push that. Oh, look at that fresh lime juice. Beautiful. Awesome. You could use lemon if you were using something a little bit different, but I think the lime, because it goes so well with tacos, is kind of the perfect kind of balance with this. So let's just do a little stir with that. And then I think it's time to get to work. Now, this is breading, and we've already talked about kind of the steps of breading, and it's a left hand, right hand kind of thing. So you're going to put the wet in with which hand?
Your left.
Your left, and then you're going to put it into the dry with your right, because if you mix them up, what do you end up with?
Wet and dry.
You're going to end up with cornflake muffin fingers, right?
Yes.
So what we're going to do is try to keep it together. If it messes up, don't worry about that at all. But I would just take one of those pieces of salmon with your left hand, you got it, right into, and you can put a good number of them in if you want. Let it sit there for a bit. Perfect. And then once you get that in and get a few of them coated, yeah, I'd put a few more in so we can get at least 6 or so going.
Yeah.
Good. So maybe twirl those around a little bit and make sure they're nice and coated. Good. So still using that left hand, let's pick up one of those. Just put it into the cornbread. That's it, but yeah, that's it. But then with your right hand, you want to mix it around. Yeah, just cover it up. You got it. And then pull it out and put it onto your baking sheet, and look at how that coated it. That's what's going to make the crunchy goodness. Now, we put a foil sheet on that baking pan so that if those crumbs kind of drop off, they'll get onto the foil, and we put a little cooling rack like you would do cookies on, right? Onto it, and that's so the air can circulate. It's almost like an air bake or an air fry. So you got it. So let's keep going. So you already have a few more in there. Left hand. I mean, Kylie, I have to tell you, you're a junior chef. There are chefs that have been in the business for a really, really long time and have not been able to get this left hand, right hand thing, and you got it going. So no worries about that at all. Great, so I would get that one on. Perfect. So then back to it. Left hand, throw it in. You got it. Right hand, cover it up. Love that. Onto the sheet. Loving this. And again, you could do this with any kind of fish. You could do it with chicken tenderloins. This is a great way to make kind of, again, your own version of a chicken tenderloin or chicken tender. But when it's fish, and especially Kvaroy Arctic, because of all of the delicious omega-3s that are in it, you just get all of this moisture and, again, deliciousness and nutritiousness, right?
Yeah.
And why is Nana so interested in that?
Because
she likes you to be healthy, right? She likes you to have your brain working. Okay, I think we've got maybe just one more. That's right.
Yeah.
That's probably enough because we already did some of these earlier. We've got them in the oven. We have the oven set on 375. So we're going to, here's something for your hands. Perfect. Have it set on 375, and we already have some in. So you want to take these over and grab the other one that's already in. Perfect. Yeah, you put that up top. And again, through kind of the magic of television, we're gonna try to not make a mess, but try to grab this one. I think it might be a little hot, so I'm gonna grab this one and bring it back. And look at what we have. We have magic. Look at that, crispy and crunchy.
Yeah.
It's gotten that golden brown deliciousness, what Nana calls GBD, golden brown delicious. And that's what you're always looking to do. So that's kind of done, and that's the base for our tacos. So I'm gonna set this aside. Now, when you're having a taco, what are the kinds of things, Kylie, that you like to put on your taco?
Black beans,
Mm-hmm.
cheese, slaw, and sometimes lettuce.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Kind of the classic taco bar. Well, we're going to have this for our dinner later. So maybe it'd be fun to talk about how to set up a taco bar because you've got brothers, cousins, aunts, nanas to feed. So we're gonna kind of set up that whole little taco bar. But before we get into that, maybe we should go ahead and make that slaw that you talked about, because these salmon tacos do use a slaw. It's a cabbage slaw, which again, you could certainly use lettuce if you chose to do that, but I don't know, there's something really cool and crunchy about slaw. And we cut it into nice thin slivers. How about some red pepper in it?
Yeah.
Not hot peppers, they're sweet peppers. You can go ahead and just put that right in. Yeah, hands are perfect. Nice. Now you could make this a creamy slaw and make it with some mayonnaise, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, since we're gonna do a crema, little sour cream with lime and cilantro, maybe we should make this one a little more of a vinaigrette type slaw. So that'll be our plan. You've got those in. How about some very thin sliced green onions or scallions?
Yes.
Yum, delicious. Now, you could use any vegetable in this, right? You could use purple cabbage, you could use carrots. Again, you can just kind of take it whatever flavor you want. This is a little bit of Texi taco again, because we're keeping that all together. We measured that out because we want that to really be great. That's about a teaspoon. And then because it is a vinaigrette, we're gonna add a little bit of rice wine vinegar to it. You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, in you go. It could be lime juice. There's so many directions you could do. Also, a little bit of honey, because honey just balances it out, and I happen to know you like honey. This is a delicious orange blossom honey. We're gonna put a little touch of that in, which is gonna really be a nice little balance and crunch with what we've got. And then just a little bit of olive oil. Yeah, perfection. So then with those 2 spoons, just kind of take those and just do a little bit of a toss. It's all you. Yeah, nice. Perfect. Now you can make this early. You could put it in the refrigerator. I mean, really, overnight it'll be great because the vegetables that are in it, the carrots and the cabbage, or the carrots, the red pepper, I got carrots on my mind, work out really beautifully, and all it does is just kind of soften them and make it really delicious. Do you want to do a little taste of that, and let's see how we're doing?
Yeah.
Let's see, so let's try to get just a little tiny taste so you can see if it's got all the right balance. You can tell me if it needs a little more salt or a little more Texi taco.
It's really good.
Is it good? Okay, so what would you do with this? You think we should put it on top of these? Should we put it at the bottom? What's the best way to build your tacos? Because this is Chef Kylie's taco bar.
Maybe the bottom.
Okay, good. Let's do that. Now we talked about that crema. Do you want to go ahead and try to mix that up too?
Yeah.
Because the crema is sour cream. We use a light sour cream. And then we already chopped up a little bit of delicious goodness. We have some cilantro, which was just a nice little chop, and we had some fun with that, right? Just washed it and dried it, and then just did a nice little chop to that. So you can go ahead and mix that into the sour cream. Great. We have a little more of those scallions that are there. the green onions because that just gives so much flavor to it. Oh, just hit it. Yeah, perfect. And then a little bit of lime juice. Again, you already squeezed that lime and did it great. And then just a little bit of seasoning with that too. And that's a little more of the Texi taco. Here, I'll add a little bit of that onto here. And in we go. Perfect. And then you can mix that right up with that spoon. We could also, because we like it, we could add just a little bit of citrus spice to it. I mean, why not, right? Because that's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah.
So you get that mixed up, and you could just put a bowl of it out for your taco bar, or you could get super fancy and put it into a squeeze bottle, and then it becomes a little bit of food art, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we did that a little bit early. So we kind of got it all together. You ready to start building some?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're doing the culinary now, but I know this week you also did the art part, right, of the Kvaroy Kids acts, and you happened to do a postcard. You want to show that?
Yeah.
So there you go, and that is, you know,
A lump sucker.
lump sucker. Lump suckers are pals with salmon. They grow together, they play together, they work together to make things really happen in a good way for the salmon, and that is very cool. You can address it and send it. I wouldn't mind you sending it to Nana. Just want to say, is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, that is a perfection. So that is great. How about if we start building some tacos? Now, we've got some tortillas. You can either use a wheat tortilla or you could use a corn tortilla. I think you tend to like the whole wheat ones the most, right?
Yeah.
So we've got a little griddle here going on kind of a high heat. So maybe just toss a few of those on. You don't need to cook them really, but you want to soften them.
Yeah.
Right? The softening just makes them a little more pliable. Yeah, it's probably perfect.
Yeah.
So let's let that just kind of do its thing. And then we can turn them just enough that it makes it a little easy to be able to work with. And so then we'll do a little building of both our hard shells, because I know a lot of kids like the classic kind of taco shell, right? And these are the corn ones, but we're using the soft wheat ones. So for your taco bar, do you think we should do both?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So who in your family do you think would eat the crunchy ones?
I think Caleb would, and my mom would.
Okay. I've actually seen your mom, AKA my daughter, actually even make a little taco salad with these kinds of things, and I think it's going to be delicious with this. Okay, so let's get these off the griddle. And you don't have to warm them on the griddle. You could also put them even in the microwave, just kind of wrap them up in a wet paper towel or a damp one, not wet, and put them in there or in foil and get them into the oven. But we're gonna set them there. We've got these all set. We have our delicious, crunchy little sticks that are in play. So I think it's time to kind of start building. So you said maybe put the slaw on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, so build as you would want to do. So slaw on the bottom I think is a good idea, because otherwise it kind of falls off when you're trying to eat it, right?
Yes.
So let's see, you thought your mom and your brother might eat the crunchy ones.
Yeah, and maybe my dad.
Maybe your dad, okay. Which one are you gonna go for? You're gonna go for the
soft one.
The soft ones, okay. Well, we'll get to building yours. Here, I'll put a little bit of this one in that as well. I love that color, right?
Yeah.
Color and deliciousness. Okay. Now, if you were doing a classic taco bar, you probably wouldn't build these. You'd let them build their own, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about some of the things you decided to put on your taco bar. So this was all you. So what did you put?
Black beans, cheese, some lettuce, some salsa, And avocado.
Little tomato.
And tomatoes.
Yeah, I know tomatoes aren't your favorite, but you always put them out there, right? To give people a chance if they want to load them up. And actually salsa is kind of like a form of tomato, so that kind of works out great together. Okay, so would we put anything else on, or would we go ahead and put the salmon sticks, if you will, onto these?
Yeah, probably.
Go ahead and go for that. Okay, you go for it.
This one.
That one looks good.
Yes.
Perfect. I have a feeling your brother Caleb would just even eat these on his own, right?
Yeah, for
because
sure.
it doesn't even need to have the taco shell itself. Yeah, I think you could do well with even a couple of them.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, love that. Okay. Then anything on top, or are we gonna let those be?
Maybe some.
I know.
Yeah.
What did we work so hard on, right?
Yes.
So you want to try that? Yeah. So what do you have to do when you've got it in a squeeze bottle?
Shake it up.
Shake it up, that's right. Sometimes put a little, thumb on it to keep it, Then just squeeze away. It's kind of like, oh my gosh, Kylie. That is perfection. Excuse me, Chef Kylie. Love that. Yeah, and one more. So awesome. Who could ask for more than that? You've got the slaw, you've got your crema. Okay, now you're building your own.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got the soft ones, you've already have warmed them. So how are you gonna do that? Do you wanna go with the slaw again? Do you wanna go with black beans? What direction?
I'll go with the slaw.
Okay, perfect. Gonna also put that in the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. So we would love you all to think about doing your own version of tacos in just a little bit. Kylie's gonna show you what to do if you wanna upload your picture and send it to #KvaroyKids. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, just tuck that right in. It's a cool taco stand in and of itself.
Yeah.
Think too?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, awesome.
And then some black beans.
So black beans, your favorite. I mean, whether it's quesadillas or any of this. So there you go. So you could also spice these black beans a little bit if you wanted to, right? Either with that same taco seasoning, or you could even mix up some of the salsa into it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love that. It's perfect. Any cheese, anything else? Always cheese, right?
Yeah.
When in doubt. Awesome, yeah. Hard to get it together. Sometimes it's easier just to sprinkle it on with your fingers, right?
Yeah.
You're welcome to do that. This is your taco after all. Great. Okay, so what else? Salsa, avocado. Do you want to use the crema?
Maybe some lettuce.
Lettuce, okay. Let's do this and sprinkle that kind of right on top of this. And then what else?
Maybe a bit of salsa.
Just a touch. Okay, and then I think we've got that about as full as it can get.
Yes.
This would also be one that you might want to kind of lay out, which I know you did with one of those that we built right as we started. But I think that looks amazing, right? Who could ask for more than that? So good. You know what we haven't done?
What?
We could pick this up and take a big old bite, but maybe we should also just taste these little numbers. What do you think? How about it? Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Love that.
It's super good.
Isn't it? Crunchy, moist, all the things that we kind of wanted it to be. I don't know, I could have these like any time of day, right? They'd be great snacks even. I bet you could actually make them and heat them up, so it would be perfect. Okay, so we love them because we love, obviously, Kvaroy salmon. We love what we did with the tacos. We love the crunchy. Should we put it to the ultimate taste test and then invite your brother and cousin to come?
Yeah.
Okay, we need more Kvaroy kids. Come on out, kids. Here they come. Hey, this is Junior Chef Eva. This is Junior Chef Caleb. But right now, they are taste testers. So What do you think? You want to grab a bite of the taco? Do you want to grab a bite of the salmon? What do you think?
I want to try one of these first.
Okay, go for that. Awesome. You want to do the taco? Okay. Awesome. Yeah, just bite right in.
Can I bite right here?
Yeah, you can bite right there. This is, oh, that is a great bite. Oh, hello. So good, right? Okay, crunch, crunch, crunch. You got it going. We kind of filled that too. So yeah, oh good. I love that. What do you think of the salmon, Eva? Delicious? And you've got a mouthful, Buster. I know, everything you could ask for and more. Thank you, Kvaroy kids. Absolutely amazing. And why don't you grab that sign, Chef Kylie, so that we can show people how to tag their meal. So if they decide to do this exact thing, just go to #KvaroyKids and you have got an opportunity to show your magic with delicious salmon tacos. So you were awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Eva. Thank you, Taste Tester Caleb. And thank you all for joining us. We've had a great time. We can't wait till next time. Thanks so much.
Bye.